Bro, at this point, Nightreign has his own specific niche audience, to be fair with you. And
Nightreign player base has dropped by 80%, bro.
80%? Damn, that's quite steep. I didn't thought it was that fucking difficult, that large of a player base that dropped. But it is understandable because the majority of the players itself who were hyped with Nightreign came through the Dark Souls hype that been created by the Nameless King itself. Me personally, I honestly thought that Nightreign would have been an endgame boss itself, like a Night Lord itself. I was surely hoping that we'll be fighting the Nameless King as the form of a Night Lord. Imagine yourself, you fighting the Nameless King itself, and a grandiose battlefield that we're fighting the Night Lords itself. Then you see the dragon flying over the place, where the Nameless King just spewing with different form of lightning attack itself, and really eviscerating the battlefield for you, making his name even more grandiose than he was before in Dark Souls 3 itself. But what we eventually got was very anticlimactic, just an overland gimmick fight, where still a lot of Elden Ring players struggling to understand his mechanics itself. Because you always see it, those who play in Dark Souls understands these Dark Souls bosses and the mechanics itself. So it really doesn't become that difficult for us. But those who struggles with it, because they never truly fought it. I was genuinely hoping they will put bosses like the Pursuer in, the Dancer of Borelay, and even more epic, really epic, even a Rat Authority even, into into the Nightreign itself. But we never got that. We only have like 2% of Dark Souls bosses itself within the full catalog of Elden Ring bosses itself, and those are truly made the franchise so epic. Even Erstein and Smog, Dark Ether Midir. Why not make Dark Ether Midir a Night Lord itself? His name literally said Dark Ether. Why not make him a Night Lord itself? Erstein and Smog itself. Why not make him as a Night Lord itself? Now, Erstein and Smog, the one you fight in Dark Souls 1 is not the real one. The real one you truly fight in Dark Souls 3. Check it. I think Vati has made a whole full video about it. That is not the real Erstein and Smog. This is like a shell, his spirit, whatever, because time flows very differently in Dark Souls itself. The real one you actually fight later on in Dark Souls 3 itself. So why not make this character unique endgame bosses itself? So it's understandable that majority of the players itself who came from Dark Souls were hyped to play Nightreign itself, now leaving. Because what we were hoping to get, a catalog of Dark Souls bosses and stuff we were going to fight, and an enhanced version of it, we never truly got. Besides the challenge in fighting difficult bosses, there is literally nothing in Nightreign that can ascend you to go and play this game over and over again. It simply isn't. You're fighting the bosses, what you get? A new skin? No. New weapon? No. So what do you get except the challenges itself? I don't get it. So it's understandable it drops. I think the player base will come up again when the DLC is gonna drop, and then the real established niche community of Nightreign will be established themselves, like you have from Bloodborne, Sekiro, and the rest of the franchises itself. Because every single franchise from software has its own unique niche community, and after the DLC, that community will really gonna be solidified themselves who are the Nightreign players itself. That's what I think why the player base is so low right now. If that was your question, of course.